Rule 7. Risk of collision. Every vessel shall use all available means appropriate to the prevailing circumstances and conditions to determine if risk of collision exists. If there is any doubt, such risk shall be deemed to exist. Risk of collision exists when the paths of two vessels cross one another and they threaten to be at the crossing at the same time. When two vessels approach one another on reciprocal or nearly reciprocal courses, on parallel courses, or on the same course, and they threaten to run foul of each other or draw up to close. Rule 7 calls attention to the danger of basing action on scanty information, requiring that the operator be patient and monitor other vessels in the vicinity until the risk of collision can be determined with a satisfying degree of certainty. The second paragraph of Rule 7 covers use of radar in assessing risk of collision. The requirements extend Rule 5 and 6 to define further the use of properly operating radar. In avoiding collision, Rule 5 introducing the idea of long-range scanning of maintaining lookout, and Rule 6 made specific mention of using different radar range scales, while Rule 7 requires the full and proper use of radar. It also warns against relying on radar for more information than it can realize. Rule 8. Action to avoid collision. Any action taken to avoid collision shall be taken in accordance with the rules of this part and shall, if the circumstances of the case admit, be positive, made in ample time, and with due regard to the observance of good seamanship. Let the other vessel know what you are doing. Make it obvious by sight in good visibility and obvious on the radar screen in areas of restricted visibility. The giveaway vessel in a crossing situation must after course enough that the stand-on vessel will know it will pass astern. Give the proper maneuvering signal if operating under the international rules. Call the other vessel by radio telephone. Two variables can be altered to avoid collision. First is course and speed. Large commercial vessels often find it easier to change course rather than to change speed, especially in open water when engine room personnel may not have taken the preliminary steps for speed change. Hence, paragraph C. Allow a course change alone which can be made directly and immediately from the bridge. On other vessel with direct bridge control engines, or especially on vessel with a controllable pitch properly here. A speed change may be an equal or more effective action. A vessel which by any these rules is required not to impede the passage or safe passage of another vessel shall, when required by circumstances of the case, take early action to allow sufficient sea room for the safe passage of the other vessel. Rule 9. Narrow channels. A vessel proceeding along the course of a narrow channel or fairway shall keep as near to the outer limit of the channel or fairway, which lies on her starboard side, as is safe and practicable. A vessel of less than 20 meters in length or a sailing vessel shall not impede the passage of a vessel which can safely navigate only within a narrow channel or fairway. Rule 9 prohibits all vessel from crossing a narrow channel or fairway in a way that would impede a vessel that could not safely operate outside of the channels or fairway. Rule 8. Shall not impede. Language is operate here. If your vessel is directed not to impede another, try to avoid causing the other vessel to change its course or speed. In a narrow channel or fairway, when overtaking can take place only if the vessel to be overtaken, as to take action permits safe passing. The vessel intending to overtake shall indicate her intention by sounding the appropriate signal prescribed in Rule 34. The rule vessel to be overtaken shall, if in agreement, sound the appropriate signal prescribed in Rule 34 and take step to permit safe pressing. If in doubt, she may sound the signal prescribed in Rule 34. This rule does not relieve the overtaking vessel of her obligation. Under Rule 13, a vessel nearing a bend or an area of a narrow channel or fairway. This rule does not relieve the overtaking vessel of her obligation. Under Rule 13, a vessel nearing a bend or an area of a narrow channel or fairway, where other vessel may be obscured by an intervening obstruction, shall navigate with particular alertness and caution, and shall sound the appropriate signal prescribed in Rule 34. Any vessel shall, if the circumstance of the other case admit, avoid anchoring in a narrow channel. And that's it. Thank you.